Only last month was the first time I heard of the rule left goes first, also known as Rule 15 in the unwritten rules of Rocket League. I found out about the Rule 15 in the most typical way a Rocket League game would go, with a toxic AFK teammate. To explain what happened, I was on the right side of the field. I said I got it in the quick chat, then my teammate flamed me for going for it, then went AFK the entire game. The only thing he said with no additional information was left goes first. So, for you guys to be here, unless you're just curious, I'm sure this has happened to you at least once. I'm here now to explain Rule 15 and to give the history behind it based on the research that I have done. So, where did Rule 15 come from? When searching for this, there is no direct answer. So, I turned to the Reddit. For some answers, one answer I got was, one day one guy said left first. And this is just what stuck. One guy said Robert Paulson, whoever that is. One answer from a player who claims to have played the game 2 weeks after its original release date was that back in the day, pro players did not really have any sort of mechanics. The game was very simple, no aerials, no above the bar shots, and camera shake was on. Supposedly, pros felt they were always faster doing a diagonal left flip than a right one. And when this was seen as an occurrence in ILCS, the average Rocket League player followed suit. It was also an easy way to understand who goes for the ball during kickoff, without using any communication. So if you're too lazy to press two buttons to say, I got it, this is the perfect rule for you. Another person made the point that people read from left to right, so left usually has dominance. But this does not make any sense, as this is a car football game, not a library. Also, when it comes to cars, in the most of the world, the car on the right side has priority. So one theory could be that it would make sense if this rule originated perhaps in a left-sided driving country. The main point is, there is no real story, no pinpoint place, and no person to say who made this rule. But what players have noticed is that the rule is usually more followed in the US than in the EU. Now that we have tried to uncover the history behind Rule 15, let's discuss whether this rule is actually useful or not. Kickoffs in Rocket League, as most of you will know, are very important to get correct. So you do not concede a quick goal and trail behind, so communication is key. But not all players have text chat enabled. But who can blame them? Every game somehow someone will be toxic and blast you. So it's fair to have it turned off. But how will you communicate for kickoff? This is where Rule 15 comes in. As if everyone defaults to left first, you will not have to worry about your teammates' text chat being off. It becomes an issue, however, if a player is AFK, so you assume they will go for it but then just not move, which will likely leave the enemy team with an early goal. Okay, so after all this consideration, you say in the chat, I got it. You then go for it, but your teammate is also racing for it. You both mess up. We are now back to the beginning of this video where I said I was on the right side of the field. I said I got it in the quick chat, then my teammate flamed me for going for it, then went AFK the entire game. So not only did the enemy get an early goal, but they also got a free win. So in conclusion, you have no chance. Your teammate is a cunt, and you will have this moment at least once every 10 games. But in all seriousness, instead of following left goes first, as you cannot fully trust your teammate is present, it's better not to be a lazy fuck and just type the two buttons to say I got it despite your position on the field. And before this video is over, I just want to make an honorable mention of someone who is a big advocate of following this rule. His name is, well, obviously you know who he is. His name is Musty Cow. He sent out a tweet saying, I messed up big time, gonna be taking a short break from Rocket League. And then he goes on to explain how he's in a 3v3 game and he didn't follow the rule left goes first. Well, this is the end of the video now. If there is a rule that you would like me to explain or find the history of in the future, please let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to do my research on it. But like and subscribe to keep the channel growing. See you.